The movie starts with Benjamin reflecting on his past, revealing Hez one of the most wanted hackers who now wants to reform and help authorities catch other criminals. He shares his backstory, emphasizing how being invisible, unknown, and unremarkable gave him a unique power as a hacker. Benjamin details his tragic family history, including his father abandoning him at birth and his mother's suicide when he was 8, which provided the perfect narrative for his superhero-like persona in the hacking world. His grandmother raised him, and later he cared for her, adding depth to his personal story. When questioned about his knowledge of Clay and an alliance with FR-13s, Benjamin asserts that every detail is crucial, likening hacking to a form of magic. Benjamin reflects on his early days as a hacker, detailing how he found solace and identity in the digital world while feeling isolated in reality. He idolizes MRX, a mysterious and powerful hacker who inspired him to push boundaries both online and offline. Driven by his infatuation with Marie, Benjamin decides to hack into the university's central server to retrieve her exam questions, hoping it will make her notice him and change their relationship forever. Benjamin reflects on his past actions and the insignificance of his community service, feeling disconnected from society. He encounters a self-assured hacker named Max, who challenges him about his skills and motives for hacking into the university's server using a zero-day exploit. Max dismisses Benjamin as inexperienced compared to himself, their contrasting personalities. Later, at what seems like an event hosted by Max, Benjamin feels out of place among unfamiliar guests, emphasizing his isolation from both social and hacker circles. Max introduces Benjamin to Stefan and Paul, their unique skills and troubled pasts. Stefan is described as a software master with a history of mental instability, while Paul excels in hardware despite being abandoned by his father at an orphanage. Max challenges Benjamin's claim of knowing machine language, threatening him if he can't prove it. The chaotic party continues with guests jokingly referring to Benjamin and others by nicknames like Pizza Bird. Old classmates recognize Benjamin from school days, reminding him of past experiences and adding layers to his complex character. Benjamin discusses his grandmother's Alzheimer's diagnosis and the challenges it presents, emphasizing her gradual loss of identity. At an event, he encounters skepticism from others about his hacking skills, but is later approached by someone who recognizes his potential and shares insights on social engineering as a powerful hacking technique. This interaction highlights the importance of understanding human vulnerabilities over technical ones, reinforcing Benjamin's development as a hacker who can manipulate people effectively rather than just systems. The group hurries towards an unknown destination, arguing over the trustworthiness of Benjamin and his inclusion in their plan. One member emphasizes the importance of Benjamin's hacking skills despite others' doubts, revealing a hastily created fake ID to gain entry to a restricted event. The team discusses connecting to a secure Wi-Fi network during a presentation, the risks of surveillance by intelligence agencies as they navigate potential threats and internal conflicts, with Benjamin asserting his ability to remain unnoticed. The team prepares for an event where they unveil their new hacking tool, the Wallspot. But when Benjamin asserts his invisibility and importance to the group, despite others' doubts, during a cut in the presentation, Stefan realizes he doesn't have the keys needed. Internal conflicts. Benjamin reveals personal details about a colleague using his hacking skills, proving his reliability. The team reminisces about their origins at the hacker's grandmother's house, emphasizing their history and bond. They debate whether to remain anonymous or become a recognized brand like Anonymous or LizardSec, with some advocating for fame while others fear attracting unwanted attention. Max proposes an idea that energizes the team, emphasizing his determination to push forward despite internal conflicts. They vote on adopting the name Clay for their group, symbolizing clowns laughing at authority and embracing a fun, rebellious image. The team decides to target the financial world and a big pharma company, hacking into systems with boldness and disregard for consequences. Driven by Ritalin, they remain vigilant and continue to evade serious scrutiny from authorities who question whether Clay is a criminal organization or just a group of teenage rebels. Their actions prompt an innocent bystander to inquire about the team's activities. Marie discusses the need to stop meeting in secret and leave their covers, criticizing someone for being too easy while praising them as cool and influential. Max's mood fluctuates as he seeks approval from his idol MRX, but receives none. leading him to feel like a loser. Europol's Hanny Lindberg reveals a cyber attack on the European Central Bank by hackers called FREF-13s, part of Russian cybercrime. This intensifies the investigation into Clay and FR-13s, with Max trying to cope with his frustrations over MRX's indifference. Marie insists on keeping their relationship secret due to gossip. Max and Stefan use one of Paul's gadgets to hack into a radio prize competition, ensuring only Max gets through. During the call, Max reveals Clay's involvement in recent events, but struggles to justify their actions when questioned about stealing a Porsche. MRX arrives at what seems like a celebratory gathering, where he praises the group for their daring and encourages them to be whoever they want, emphasizing personal growth over following rules. Benjamin is criticized by MRX for lacking initiative, the internal conflict within Clay as members grapple with their methods and motivations. Benjamin passes his exam by intentionally answering questions incorrectly, symbolizing his newfound desire for change and freedom from rigid expectations. Max encourages him to believe in himself and aim for the impossible, reflecting Clay's internal struggle with their methods and motivations. Benjamin jokes about driving a Porsche as his superhero car. MRX's influence on the group to be whoever they want. Marie is confronted by an unknown person at what seems like a celebratory gathering for Benjamin passing his exam. MRX sends a message revealing Europol has sent a confidential cybercrime investigation document focusing specifically on Clay, emphasizing the growing pressure and scrutiny facing the group. Clay members debate their hacking efforts, aiming for the German Secret Service BND to prove they can achieve the impossible. Max encourages them to aim high despite skepticism about BND's invulnerability. Marie reveals she unknowingly provided access through Gertie, who was responsible for card cloning and distribution at BND, though they couldn't penetrate the main server. Clay plans a complex attack using this information, readying themselves for an ambitious operation that could draw significant attention. Benjamin is missing, as Clay members argue over their recent success against the BND, with Max boasting about hacking into an allegedly unhackable system and stealing secret data through printer manipulation and firewall bypassing, while others like Marie feel left out and confront Max's ego-driven behavior that threatens to divide the group. The BND server is hacked in just 2 minutes and 23 seconds, leaving behind deleted video files but no trace of the hacker's identity. Moritz Lauer, known as Krypton, is found dead in the woods with stolen BND data near his body, implicating him in a scandal that could devastate the agency. Krypton's affiliation with both Friends and the BND surfaces, revealing he was working to gather information on hackers while also being targeted by MRX for betrayal. Clay faces suspicion as potential perpetrators of the hack, despite their adherence to strict rules during the operation. Marie confronts Max about his ego-driven actions, threatening group unity. MRX is exposed as a member of FR-13 who sold stolen data to Russian cyber mafia and eliminated Krypton, shifting blame onto Clay. Max confronts the group about Krypton's death and the impending scandal, blaming Clay for the hack despite his adherence to rules. Marie accuses Max of ego-driven actions that threaten group unity. Stefan considers leaving, but Benjamin argues against running away, suggesting they deliver MRX and FR-13s to authorities to become invisible again. Katja discovers MRX is using multiple European servers and identifies a frequently used IP address in Berlin. Katja gains access to MRX's private channel to gather more information. Katja and the team are under pressure as they race against time to gather evidence on MRX. Katja almost succeeds in infiltrating MRX's system but realizes he's not the target of their current pursuit. Stefan reveals that their plan involved creating a complex Trojan horse program to gain access to MRX's computer through Europol, aiming to expose his true identity and clear Krypton's name. However, they must now destroy all evidence to avoid detection by authorities who are searching for someone else from Hague. The team's goal remains proving MRX's involvement in Krypton's death while seeking freedom from their wanted status. The protagonist apologizes to Marie for his past actions, acknowledging his failure to consider her feelings despite knowing their significance. He admits to being an imposter and incapable of true hacking skills beyond copying code, revealing he lacks programming knowledge. The team's efforts to infiltrate Europol in Hague through various methods, including social engineering, were unsuccessful, with the narrator taking responsibility for dragging them into this situation but also promising to find a way out. The narrator explains how they plan to use Paul's device to create an evil twin network, allowing them to hack into Europol servers and expose MRX if he logged in. However, MRX outsmarted their plan, leading to the deaths of Max, Paul, and Stefan. Feeling defeated, the protagonist expresses a desire to return to anonymity as Benjamin, only to be interrupted by Anna's urgent message for him to call her immediately upon waking. The protagonist receives an urgent message from Anne, who reminds him of past conversations about self-discovery and the potential to be anyone he wants. Despite initial skepticism, Anne suggests joining her in Copenhagen, his desire for a new identity through witness protection. However, she reveals that he is suspended, complicating his plans. Determined to redeem himself, he offers to help catch MRX using a magic trick aimed at exploiting MRX's pride, believing it could lead them to the FR-13s and ultimately rehabilitate him in the eyes of the law. Authorities capture the suspect believed to be MRX, revealing Hez, a 19-year-old from New York. Benjamin faces scrutiny as BKA officials question his connection to Engel, whom they suspect is involved with him. The questioning reveals Benjamin grew up under unclear circumstances and his mother had multiple personality disorder, raising concerns about potential inheritability of such conditions. The conversation hints at possible triggers like Ritalin, leaving Benjamin's future uncertain amidst legal attention. Lab results confirm the bullets are from World War II, complicating Benjamin's story further. He is questioned about his injuries and car keys, revealing past trauma involving Paul and his mother's death. Benjamin insists he is not like his mentally unstable mother, rejecting the witness protection program offered by Clay due to perceived betrayal. Benjamin fears for his life as MRX members will kill him like they did Krypton. The dangerous reality of his situation. Authorities express confidence in their collaboration against cybercrime, but Benjamin remains isolated and desperate. Clay informs Benjamin that the internet isn't anonymous and expresses regret for hacking him, urging him to surrender to authorities within 5 minutes. Benjamin is conflicted about his future as he considers the witness protection program but feels betrayed by past experiences. Despite potential job repercussions, Benjamin understands he's insignificant compared to MRX and FR-13's targets. Clay insists on Benjamin's commitment to stop all illegal activities including hacking tricks, emphasizing transparency over deception in their dealings. Benjamin successfully deceives Europol using social engineering, maintaining his anonymity. He reveals to Clay that despite the operation's failure and Europol having all his personal details, they still believe his false identity. Benjamin emphasizes that no system is unhackable but stresses the importance of trust in such manipulative tactics. He reassures Clay that their deception worked because Europol feels satisfied with the information received without realizing it was a ruse. Despite the risks and potential for betrayal, Benjamin insists on staying invisible to avoid detection by authorities. Benjamin and Clay face the ultimate showdown against Europol, revealing that despite their successful deception, the authorities have uncovered key details about their operations. In a tense confrontation, Benjamin reaffirms his commitment to staying invisible and emphasizes the importance of trust within their team. The climax sees Benjamin outmaneuvering Europol one last time, securing their safety but at great personal cost. As the dust settles, it becomes clear that while they have evaded capture this time, the risks remain high for future operations. With a heavy heart, Clay acknowledges the necessity of Benjamin's methods and the thin line between success and failure in their world. And with this haunting reality, the movie ends.